But with us, you know, we get movies that we care about, and I mean, like The Butcher, when we got it, I mean, I watched it first, and it really disturbed me, and so I knew that it was probably something we should put out. And so, you know, I can go to the salespeople and say, hey, listen, you know, this is a really worthy movie, and it's something that we should really, you know, of course we want our stuff to be everywhere. And so, you know, you just put it out there and cross your fingers and hope it works out. The salespeople have relationships established already with the buyers, and they have a history of what has sold and what hasn't. And so they probably wouldn't take one of our art house films and go to Walmart with it because they won't sell. But with the horror product, I mean, especially if you have a good cover, which, I mean, makes more of it different than you'd like. You know, you'd wish it was about the movie, but
we had one film that I know, The Maid. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was literally picked up. The store wanted it for the key art, and it was actually really funny to us, is because we didn't have a lot of stills from the licensor at the time, and so we had a generic cover that we just created, and they loved it so much they ended up buying that film for their store.
And it's one of the biggest sellers at Walmart too.
Yeah, so it shows you how important it is actually to have good key art and the images and like everything that we design is sort of intentional to try and get sales and, you know, attention and, you know, all those things. Even just on the video shelves, like, oh, you know, wow, this looks really interesting. You know, turn it over and maybe you've got it. You know what I mean? But just getting them to pick it up and have it stand out from the rest.
And it's important to find movies that, because I mean, the thing about Tartan was always that we had really good box art, but you want to get good movies so that when people get it, because the box was crazy, you know, The Butcher's crazy box, that they take it home and they actually like it once that they're happy that they got it, and do that we get people coming back for more. You know?
Tartan also became very well known for the Asia Extreme line, like Old Boy, Tale of Two Sisters. And what happened, one of the reasons I believe they went under is it had such a solid following, and they then started acquiring films that I don't think there was as much quality control going on with those. And so they were subpar films, but they still had this amazing art. And so it kind of hurt the brand a little bit, because people, they would see the Asia Extreme logo and they're like, oh wow, this must be good because we trust the company, we trust the brand. And we as Palisades, we've kind of had to, we're super careful about what we acquire at this point, because we really want to rebuild the brand and we want to rebuild people's trust in us and the company.
Because yeah, for a while it was, oh, it's Asian and it's scary, we'll buy it. And that didn't work out so well. So, I mean, they still put out some really good movies. Shutter was one of our later ones that was really good. There was a movie called Wrong that I really liked.
Dorm.
Yeah, Dorm was really, that wasn't really a horror movie, but there were some good movies in there, but there was movies that were
basically made.
Yeah. And
oversaturated everything?
Yeah, and so now we're really picky about, like, if we're going to get a movie and we're going to put it in the Asia Extreme line, or any of our films, you know, we want to make sure that it's like a really good movie and not just another generic Asian horror.
We've done that, like, for example, with Silent Light, you know, Martin Scorsese gave us a quote for that, because he loves the director, he's such a fan of his work. You know, The Living, a film I just took out theatrically, the filmmaker, Roy Anderson was the filmmaker in Focus at MoMA. And it's just, you know, all of our films are New York Times critics picks, or, you know, all the past theatricals, and so it's like, you know, we go out of our way to get really quality cinema, be it horror, be it art house, regardless, you know, that's what we do.
And as far as your company, how many subgenres do you have?
Those are we have the Asia Extreme, and then we have the art house line. So we're trying to expand it at this point, because we didn't have a lot of English language films, and I know for AFM this year, we're like, okay, it's hard, you know, it's English, let's make an effort to go after those more than happened in the past.